I want to take you through how quickly and easily we can build this visual. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's time it. All right, so here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to look at, I want to do a line graph, right? Because I had a line graph up top. Okay, and so let's say I want to look at, I want the timestamp as my axis, and I want to look at the hourly flow rate, and I want to get the average of that. Okay, that was the way I had that one configured. Okay, but the thing is I only wanted to see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a slicer on here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here. I think I can just, whoops, little misclick. Let me try that again. All right, I think we had 29 set. All right, so now we have just 29. Now let's drill down into this and see if it looks pretty similar. Yep, seems to look pretty similar from what I remember. Okay, so we have that. So there's our line graph that just has average flow, you know, by day, essentially. All right, now I'm going to throw one of these cards on here. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Good old Control Z. Okay, I'm going to click down on the white space and hit the card. Make it a little bit smaller here. And I think it was what, run indication, or no, it was the hourly flow still. And I put, darn it, Jim, see, even as bad as I'm doing here, this is really not going to take that long, even though I'm completely goofing this up. Okay, so now what it's going to do is it's going to take the sum. I want the average. All right, so there's my average. Okay, but if I remember, I wanted to know if the run indication is on or off. Right, so one of the things I can do is, I see these filter panes right here, is I want to change it just for this visual. In other words, just this card. Right, I could do it for the whole page, or I could do it for the entire report. But in this case, I just want to do it for this particular visual, and I want to know if it's true. Okay, so there's the flow with the pump running. All right, now if I, let's see, Control C, Control V, maybe, yep, came on. So now I'll move it over here somewhere. There it is. All right, so now let's do it if it's false. Okay, so I have those two. And now I think I built a little matrix over here, and I looked at the hourly flow, and I took the average. Okay, and then I took the maximum, and then I took the standard deviation. Right? And so now, like, what I can also do is I can rename that. So I can do average. I can do max, and I can do standard deviation. Okay. So now that makes that a little bit more readable. Okay. All right. So there's that. And then I need to be able to do a slicer for the time and date. So I throw the timestamp in that field, kind of make that a little bit smaller. I think I moved it up here somewhere. All right, so now I can, you know, change the date ranges and all that, and it works. So essentially, there it is, right?
Yeah.
Boom. So that took 4 minutes. Even as bad as I did, it was 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Even as bad as I did, even if with the goofiness that I did. Now, there's some really kind of neat things that you can do to make things, you know, better. You see this little paint roller symbol? So I'm going to take the paint roller, and let's say on the y-axis, I really hate those grid lines, right? I really don't like them because they're distracting. I just turned them off, right? So now let's see, what do I want to do? I also want to give this thing a title. So how about I do a title, okay? And I'm going to change the font color to black. I'm going to change it to, like, say, Arial black, where I can actually read it. And how about I change the text so that way it doesn't pick it? I'm going to say flow by date. Right? And now I can center it. And let's say I want to make that a little bit bigger. Right? So really quickly, I can start to, you know, format this thing where it's very useful for somebody, which is kind of what I had done on those cards. Right? So that was something I definitely wanted to show. But one of the things I remember showing you last time is, here's something you don't get also with Excel, is you see this little analytics page. So like, let's say I want a trend line. I can just hit add. So now it added a black dashed line. Let's say I want a solid line that's red that's like 50% transparent, right? So now I can see I'm kind of going down just a little bit, right? And let's just say I want to do like an average line, right? And I want to make it, I don't know, let's make it yellow, some kind of yellowish. Let's not make it transparent at all. And it's dashed, and I want to put it in behind. So I can kind of see like where the average is. Remember we talked about, we kind of wanted to go like right through the middle, right? And it looks like, you know, I think we've kind of done that. So the thing is, very quickly, you know, in 6 minutes, I put together a visual that someone can very quickly, if they want to switch assets, you know, it's very, very quick. You know, they can switch through this and figure out, you know, how these things are running, what's trending up, what's trending down, etc.
No, that makes complete sense. I don't know of any tool other than a business intelligence tool that would allow you to do this in less than half a day, if at all.
And it's really funny. We kind of stumble onto this by accident because a lot of times we'll pull data into Excel when we're first doing some kind of data analysis, because almost every tool out there can allow you to get row column data into Excel. Well, the great thing is when you do a get data, you can get it from Excel. And so a lot of times that's kind of what we do. And then we just use Power BI for the visualization capability. So really, you know, for us, that was kind of where we started, was just the visualization capability. And then we got kind of tired of fooling with Excel. And we're like, how do we get the data directly into Power BI, or get it where there's some kind of extract, transform, load in some kind of back-end database where we can just go suck it out, right? So that way we're not, you know, bombing our historian system trying to figure out, you know, hey, give me 5 years of data at, you know, 10 seconds, right? You know, I can offload that. I can schedule that task and constantly add to it.